In today's video, we're going to talk about what to watch for after you've had a colposcopy. Hey guys, thanks for watching. My name is Diana and I'm a physician assistant or PA, and I specialize in women's health and gynecology. You are watching In the Pink. If you're new to this channel, In the Pink means in good health and spirit. So if you like being healthy and happy, click that subscribe button, and also remember to hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss any other videos just like this one. A colposcopy is a relatively minor procedure that looks closely at your cervix, and in some cases you might need a biopsy. Most women recover quickly and without any problems, but there are some important things you need to be aware of. First, let's go over things to expect that are totally normal. If you've had a biopsy done, your provider may use a liquid-like Band-Aid to stop the bleeding. When the solution discharges or it comes out of you, it might look dark brown, black, or something like coffee grounds. But don't worry about that, that's totally normal. Cramping is also normal. If you have cramping, it's usually in the lower pelvis or in the back, and it usually goes away within a couple of hours. You can return to work or school right after a colposcopy. You can also drive yourself to and from the procedure as well. The exception is if your provider gives you medication to calm you down or make you sleepy. Talk to your doctor about any side effects, about any medications you were given. Don't put anything in your vagina afterwards. So that means no douching, no tampons, no creams, and no sex for 48 hours if you had a biopsy with the colposcopy. If you did have a biopsy, the sample has to be sent to pathology for evaluation. The results are usually back anywhere from 14 to 21 days. In the case of a biopsy, I personally like to have our office call the patient, both if the results are normal or if abnormal. So my advice is, if you haven't heard back from your provider after 2 or 3 weeks, I suggest that you give them a call to find out your results. Now we are going to go over things that you should be concerned about. If you have any of the following issues, I recommend that you call your provider and find out what they want you to do. Heavy vaginal bleeding. If you've had a biopsy, you might experience some bleeding, and that's okay, but if you're soaking through a pad or a tampon in an hour or less for 2 hours or more, you should call your provider. They might have you go back to see if the biopsy site is bleeding or if there is some other reason that you are bleeding that much. Bleeding for more than a week. Even if it's not that heavy, you should still call your provider. Also, foul-smelling discharge. Now remember, the black, brown, or coffee ground-looking discharge for a few days after, if you've had a biopsy, that's normal. But if you're experiencing a really smelly, fishy, sour discharge, that could be a sign of an infection inside the vagina. So if you're experiencing that, go get that checked out. Severe pelvic pain or cramps. So earlier I mentioned that cramping can be normal for a few hours afterwards, but if it extends much longer than that, like a day or more, and an Advil or an Aleve doesn't help, call your provider's office. That still could just be from the procedure, but it also might be a symptom of an infection. Finally, if you develop a fever, there isn't anything that you had done during a colposcopy that should cause you to have a fever. So if you have a fever, meaning a temperature of 100.5 or greater, call your provider immediately. I would definitely be concerned about an infection. If your provider gives you any information that's different than what I have said, just go ahead and go with what your provider has told you. The information that I'm giving you is just general information, and it doesn't replace the advice of your own medical provider. But I hope it was helpful for you anyways. If it was, I'd appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. If you have any topics that you would like to hear me talk about, put that in the comment section below. Remember to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and here's hoping that everything in your life is in the pink.